And we are live. Welcome back to the James McGee Show. I'm your host. I am James McGee, and we have a familiar face, Jason from One More I'm Out Here. And we have a new guest, and we are excited about our new guest tonight.
Hi,
I'm going to let her introduce herself, Candace.
Hi, friends. My name is Candace. I am from Northeast Pennsylvania. James and I kind of connected on TikTok. I have a lot of videos there that really started with a COVID focus and has kind of taken off into a political direction. And I'm really happy to be here to be with some like-minded individuals where we can share some of our viewpoints together and maybe get some people on our side to see some common sense and some common ground.
We have some, man. We have some really good viewers. We have, we only have one that, and if he comes on tonight, was he with y'all tonight, Jason? It may be past his bedtime.
513. He was there for a second. But
yeah,
I was too busy. I was too busy dealing with Eric. But
yeah,
he was in there for a second, being angry. And
we have some absolute amazing, amazing viewers, and a lot of them, like I told you off camera, Jason has brought a lot of them here, and it's been great. We're glad to have you. You've got a strong TikTok following. You know, like I said off camera too, was, you know, our algorithm apparently started liking each other because I was you know, your video started coming up on my feed on TikTok, and I think mine were coming up on yours, is because we were saying a lot of the same thing. And so, man, I said, I got to get her on. You know, you being, you know, I'm the old guy. Well, Joe's the old guy in the group, and Tom, but they're not here, so I'm the old guy tonight. But, you know, being a person in your late 30s, and to have the perspective that you have, and the life experiences, and also, you know, some of the things that we talked about, you know, we're a fluid, you know, we're environmental, and we're fluid. We can change some of our views and some things that happen, just like you talked about. We'll talk about sometime, you know, with COVID, some of these things that happen changes our perspective, and you know what, that's okay. And we, you know, where I stand is, we all bitch about, you know, how bad, like, what, you know, our health, because that's the first thing we'll talk about tonight. We talk about how bad things are, and then you get a guy who's thinking outside the box and doing some really good things for the right reason, and the liberals just fucking trash him, talking about RFK. So that's what and we know it's because of money. We know that our politicians are bought and paid for by big pharma, and that's just, you know, that's just pretty much what it is, I guess. And it's you know, it's a sad state, but we're lucky to have people like him and like Donald Trump who just don't give a fuck.
That's right. That's absolutely right. And it's funny because
so
when you look at,
I'm gonna play your video. Go ahead.
No, I think it's funny because what RFK had said was perfect. You have these people that have been in power for decades, and we are the unhealthiest country there is because of the same leadership for decades. And you're absolutely right. When somebody comes in and it wants to change the mold, it becomes an issue. And so, you know, it's incredibly apparent what is going on, and I don't know why people don't connect those dots.
Yeah. Oh, let me back up. Then we'll play the video. Traditionally, we talk about on Two Finger Tuesday, we talk about what we're drinking, and then we do a toast. And I have something I want to toast tonight. But go ahead, Candace, tell us what you're drinking.
So I went with some Amaretto and Club, old-time favorite of mine. I did go with Classic Di Serono.
There you
go. and Jason, do we need to guess? Well, so
the classic Miller latte. It's vintage.
I am back. I didn't drink the month of August because I did strict carnivore for August, and I didn't drink any. So I figured I'd go with what my go-to is, and my go-to is Jameson, just straight regular Jameson.
I love JMO.
So,
love it.
So Candace,
I drank too much JMO Friday at my bachelor party. We did a bunch of pickleback shots, and it was.
Well, that's what I want to toast. So I don't know between now and your wedding if we're gonna if you'll be able to come back on. I don't know. So if in case you don't, I want to his future wife Candace has been on our show, and she is just she's going to be in the comments, I'm sure, tonight if she isn't already.
She was in there earlier,
and she is amazing. And I want to give a toast to Jason and Jill. Like I said earlier, I'm going to be at the wedding, and I'm so looking forward to it, and so thankful for the network and the contact that we've made in the past year, and look forward to seeing y'all tie the knot. So here's to Jason and Jill.
Cheers. Love
Appreciate
that. Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right, let's get down to business. So I'm going to start. I figured the best way, Candace, to introduce you to our listeners is to play one of your videos. And what caught my eye was this video, was one of the main ones. So let's see. All right. Now, you got to understand, I'm technically challenged. I'm getting better.
Only the Trump administration can make liberals actively go from pro-choice to we want the government to force you to do shit. Yeah, that's exactly what they're doing when it comes to RFK Jr.'s stance on mandated vaccines. Yeah, he doesn't believe that anybody should be force vaccinated. But the libs are throwing a hissy fit. Yeah, they don't believe that you should have a choice in what you put in your bodies. Weird. And if you're like me, you're so confused at how the essential oil yielding warriors have now turned to backing big pharma. The only reason is money. Many of these politicians, as well as the medical community, they received a lot of incentives for specific medical treatments. We're not going to identify which ones because TikTok doesn't like that, and they'll probably remove this video. RFK Jr. is trying to give you a choice of medical treatment, and the libs are trying to force vaccines into your body, regardless of whether you need it or not. So much for my body, my choice.
That is that's pretty powerful. It's
absolutely perfect.
I mean, like, I'll quote Jason. One of Jason's favorite saying is, "She's not wrong."
Yeah,
she ain't wrong.
And you know what's funny? I think a lot of my opinions come from, and I'll give you the best example I have. My husband is an employment attorney. He's a plaintiff's employment attorney. And of course, COVID rocked everybody's world. And one of which was a large health network that was charging religious exempted employees more for their health insurance. Hi, that's against the law. And, all of this shit just kind of opens up, and you start seeing people that are blatantly going against plain and simple laws here. And it's the same thing with what's going on in the administration. You have all these people that are so linked to big pharma. What did RFK say to Elizabeth Warren? You're getting $855,000 from.
He shoved it up her fat ass, is what he did.
Yes. These people do not want you to live long. And that's like the second part of the problem is, yeah, Democrats, they want you on every single government program. They want to take care of you, but they don't want your fucking ass to live long. It's going to cost them too much money. So of course they're going to shoot you up with whatever. That's whether it's tested or necessary. And I'm sorry, I've said it so many times. I've had so many videos deleted because of this. Say what you want about the COVID vaccine. There is a reason why there is such a rise in super cancers in people my age. There is a rise in autoimmune illnesses in people my age or younger. There is a rise in this because people did not need this. And it is affecting people in a way that it's killing them.
Well, it's personally affected, and I'll tell you where it's personally affected. And Jason knows the story, and Jason didn't mean to cut you off.
You're right.
But my son, who's been on this show, my son has Tourette's and has had Tourette's since he was 7. He's 30 now. Mm-hmm. And just look, it's been a struggle his whole life. Tourette's is supposed to get better as you get older.
Right.
And in the last 5 years, it's gotten worse. And one day we're sitting, we work together, and one day we're sitting there. I said, Dad, and he's not a radical guy. He's not near like me. He's not a conspiracy theorist, and I'm not either. He said, Dad, I really think it's the shot. And it hit me. I'm like, fuck, it is. Because it got 10 times worse. And so we try all kinds of stuff. And this is why it pisses me off so much when they were on RFK. You know what has cut his ticks in half? Raw milk.
I believe
We started drinking raw milk. Him and I, both of us, 4 months ago, and I've noticed the difference. Just a total power food. And it's banned in like 48 states. In Louisiana, we can only buy it if we say it's for pet consumption.
Right.
And it's the best shit I've ever put. I'm telling you, it's amazing. It's a power food. Well, you know why it's banned? Because the dairy lobby doesn't want you buying it, and the lobbyists control this fucking country. Lobbyists, dairy, big pharma, all these big lobby groups control this country. It's all about money. It's not about our health. These liberals during this RFK deal were losing their fucking mind, and it's because they saw their money train being derailed. Jason, what do you think?
So I was going to go two different routes, but all in this, the same venture. But so I used to be an assistant fire chief, and I was in charge of all our EMS drugs, like ordering. So when Southwestern Ohio, and again across the country, but when we saw the opioid epidemic, Narcan used to cost $1.25 for a 2 milligram vial. 2 milligram vial. We would push that on an overdose like clockwork. Then all of a sudden, Big Pharma sees, and I have my conspiracy theories on this, but all of a sudden, that same 2 milligram vial, the same packaging, the same thing that I would buy for $1.25 was now $17.
Yeah.
For me to outfit my ambulance to be ready to take care of,
hey, and that shit saves lives, man. You know this.
Yes.
And so our deputies, we start arming them with Narcan because they're usually the first ones there.
Right.
I mean, while y'all are taking naps, policemen are out there on the scene.
Right. I knew something was coming. I fucking knew it.
No,
but it was crazy. It's crazy to see. So then you throw COVID in.
Yeah.
And then you have, the Modernas, the Pfizers, and we're the ones that have it. Now, I'm gonna go personal here for a second. I took the shot 2 times because my mom was going through lung cancer and had part of her lung taken out. I wasn't able to see her unless I had the shot. So I took it. I've been more sick since I've taken that shot. Now, my fire department did not make me take it. It was our option. They just gave you the option. If you want to get it, get it. But then also to throw like more confusion into this bullshit of the government, we have, all right, so you have this mask you have to wear. That's paper. I mean, it's less than fucking underwear. But then I get canisters. I get a respirator with 2 canisters on it. I get like 2 or 3 other masks. I'm like, which one are we supposed to wear? And our bosses didn't know what to tell us. And it's through no fault of theirs, not blaming them by any means.
No, we made mistakes for our employees too.
There was no direction. I'm like, which one am I supposed to wear? I've got this surgical mask.
Yeah.
Or the Darth Vader mask. Like, which one do you want me to wear? And they're like, well, whatever you feel comfortable with.
You're still going to get it. Like, that's the fun part. You're still going to get it. So you can wear a mask and you can take a vaccine and you can follow the fucking arrows in the grocery store the way you're supposed to. And then everybody got COVID anyway, especially the vaccinated douches. No offense, Jason. I'm sorry.
No.
Everybody that got vaccinated, they were the idiots that were then having parties and living their lives because, they were vaccinated. And then they were like super spreaders. It was the craziest bullshit I've ever seen. And so now you have somebody like RFK saying like, hey, this is kind of bullshit. We don't need to force people to do this. And everybody's losing it. Like, for instance, when Ebola was here, I would have taken whatever you had. Give me 40 vaccines. I don't fucking want Ebola. You think I want to bleed out of every orifice of my body? No, thank you. Something like COVID, I think we're going to be okay. And the hype that just surrounded it was so irresponsible. And I think now somebody like yourself has potentially lifelong circumstances where they're getting more sick or they're developing other illnesses. RFK is trying to stop that. And just the backlash it doesn't make sense.
No,
The way all the governments, the way all with small town governments or
Mhm.
state governments, the way they handled it was so fucked up because I was off work. I was diagnosed with COVID.
Yep.
Right. I had no symptoms. This is before I got the jab. I was diagnosed with it because I just so happened to take a test. I had no symptoms, no nothing. I was off work literally from October.
Mm-hmm.
And then I had to burn vacation time before the end of the year. But I didn't go. I was off work from October until after the first of the year.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, I don't feel bad. And
they're
like,
every
well,
symptom is a symptom. It's such nonsense.
And they're like, well, you can't come back to work until you have a negative test.
Right.
I'm like, well, I'm still getting paid for this, right? Yeah. I got paid the whole fucking time. I mean, it was the greatest fucking vacation, but we didn't know what was going on. So I quarantined.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
So I had friends of mine dropping groceries off outside the door and, my chew, my Miller Lite and, fucking oranges and whatever. But it was just the most ridiculous thing. And every time I tried to go back to work, they would not let me go back to work because, you didn't have a negative test.
No, and it's like then everybody, and I love the shock and surprise, right? Everybody's like, oh my God, eggs are so expensive. Everything's so expensive and I can't buy a house now. Well, dipshits, you sat home for how many weeks and you got $600 extra fucking dollars a week to do so. And you got to do pretty much whatever you wanted. And the government just funneled you money for you to sit there and do nothing. And then everybody's wondering.
You had to pay taxes on it too, by the way.
Right. Like,
which I didn't even want it.
Well, I'm gonna tell you, we fucked unintentionally. Look, and it was, I was a high level administrator then, and I will be the first one to tell you, we fucked.
Our buddy Pappas is in. He's in.
Look, Pappas. Word up, Pappas. Hey, Candace, you will love. You got to watch his show.
He's one of my co-hosts.
He is absolutely. He is a fucking madman. Pappas makes us look like liberals.
Oh God. Well, that's good. I guess that's. Yeah, he's welcome.
He's a great.
He's awesome. He's great.
He's awesome. He's a great guy. So, we had some. The first couple people that got COVID in our department really got fucked because we didn't. We were following fucking Fauci. We had one deputy, and I'm gonna tell you, I think we almost bankrupted her because policemen make their money on side jobs. Well, she was getting paid, but she couldn't work any side jobs. She was off for 4 fucking months. And I'm telling you, like the bankrupt her. And it's just, we were trying to follow the government. And I'm not an anti-government person per se.
Just make it make sense.
Right. Exactly.
I can tell you this.
Yeah.
The trust that I used to have, when you say, Candace, when you said tonight that COVID changed your perspective on a lot of things. Well, let me tell you, the main thing it changed my perspective on is I don't fucking trust anything the government says.
100%.
100% fuck
100%.
Oh,
and
shit.
I don't trust anything
that's
from the medical community.
You got
to hear podcast rule. Whenever 100% said, you have to take a drink. So
take a drink.
I'm good with that.
So
it's a rule.
So I'm gonna play another video, but look. No fear. We have a new person that is going to end up being the new health secretary. He's the healthiest guy in America. So we're going to listen to what this fat fuck has to say.
It's like me saying I'm going to run.
And it just confirms what all of us around this table have known for decades. Robert F. Kennedy Jr. is a foolish man, full of foolish and vapid ideas. And that was on display again this week in front of Congress. And I really don't want to hear about Bill Cassidy because he is a co-conspirator with the President of the United States for putting this wholly unqualified man in charge of 25% of all government spending. Without Cassidy's vote, Robert F. Kennedy Jr. would not be it. And maybe he's feeling some guilt from what he did. But I'll tell you this, the president did this He knows. The president's smart enough to know RFK Jr. doesn't belong in that job. But after he won, he wanted to show everybody, I can do whatever I want to do because this Senate will be compliant no matter what I do. And I'll put the greatest vaccine and public health denier of the last 20 years in charge of public health in America. It's a human middle finger.
I wouldn't trust that fat fuck in charge of a goddamn Burger King.
Who gives these people microphones?
Because that's what he knows, Jason. He knows fucking burgers.
I wouldn't trust him there because guess what? It's profit and loss. You got to look at profit and loss. I'm losing my shit.
Candace, we lost you there. Okay,
I'm here.
I would lose all my money if I put him in charge.
Yeah, this big 25 Whopper eating motherfucker. You know, so the thing about this is, and it's just like, Jason, when we used to talk about when Bill Clinton made the statement that Donald Trump was disrespecting the White House or the Oval Office. Slick Willie, you got some hot mouth in the Oval Office, and you're going to fucking talk about somebody disrespecting the Oval Office. There's some subject matters, and everybody's got something that when the subject comes up, they got to take a seat on it. They got to sit down on that one because they don't have a right to comment on it. So right. Bill Clinton can't talk about disrespecting the Oval Office, and this big, fat, 500-pound Whopper-eating motherfucker can't talk about public health. There's just some things that you got to sit down on, and he needs to sit his fat ass down. How can you even think that's okay for your 500-pound ass to talk about public health? Look at RFK. He's 71. Look at the man. He's in phenomenal shape. He's been taking care of himself. He's done his homework. He's done his research, but it's not in line with the fucking pharmaceutical money. Mm-hmm. So therefore, they're coming after him. That's all it's ever been about, Candace. That's all it's about.
100%. 100%. Again, here we go. Cheers to that, because it's the actual truth.
She's going to get us drunk tonight.
Mm-hmm. It is the actual truth. And again, what's funny, it's narcissism. I honestly feel when these people look in the mirror, when they go on a platform or when they have a microphone, they just don't know. Chris Christie doesn't know he's 4,000 pounds. That has to be the case, because I don't know how anybody can be in that position and say somebody like RFK is not qualified. And then my second question is, what makes him unqualified? What is so nuts about what he's saying that is just like, oh, I can't even. I mean, is it as nuts as a virus with a 98% survival rate? You need to be vaccinated, lock in your house, put on 15 masks. Is it that nuts? Because we've accepted a lot nuttier things. I don't see what he's saying, what RFK is saying, that's so just out of control crazy.
Yeah, it's like me being a first responder, but fireman, telling James how to do law enforcement type work.
Right.
Like I have no idea how to. I mean, I have friends, but I have no idea how to do that type of work. So you get Chris Christie, who, I mean, what has he done? He was a douchebag as what was he, a governor or senator?
Yep.
Remember
he was a state AG. He was a state AG. Then he was a governor. And look, I used to like him.
That hurricane went through. He fucked up in the Northeast.
Oh, Sandy?
When Hurricane Sandy, he fucked a dog, literally.
But he was sucking off Obama during that whole deal.
Yes, because he was trying to move his way up and get in, in the fodders of everybody else. He's a douche. He's a douchebag. And anybody that really wants, I'm glad you pulled it, because anybody that wants to listen to that, I will give you my phone number, and I would love to have this conversation, because that guy's the biggest failure 100%. As a politician. And then he wants to, I'm going to take over RFK spot. I'm not saying RFK is like the end all be all, but he's doing really fucking good though.
Okay. But you know what? It goes back to what I said earlier. We bitch about that this isn't working, and when we're trying to go outside the box, we're trying to shove everything back in the box. Well, the box is what fucking got us here. So
the box is what got all them their money.
Exactly. That's the box is full of money is where the issue is. That's
it makes you think about what else, right? Childhood vaccines, we never questioned. Honestly, we never questioned it until, the last few years. Then it was kind of like, is this the right thing? Are we doing the right things? Has there been enough testing? Is there something else here? But for years, for decades, we were like, all right, this is our schedule. Okay. And God only knows how much of that is really unnecessary and how
Right.
much of it is causing problems for people.
And you bring up a great point, because our buddy Eric Tansey that we had on our podcast, right before this one, he homeschools his kids.
Mhm.
His kids, the way him and his wife raise their kids is, they don't do vaccines.
Mhm.
And you and I are close enough. James, you're old. Sorry. You and I are close enough.
I am old.
That we're probably in that same schedule of the vaccines that we
Right.
got.
Mm-hmm.
And it brings up a great statement. Like, what homework did you actually do?
Right.
Like, I didn't get asthma until I quit smoking. Like, there's all these little things. Like, it's just stupid little shit. I never had allergies. I've grown up in southwestern Ohio my whole life. We're in a valley. People had allergies all the time. Never had an allergy. Quit smoking, allergies, asthma, all this bullshit.
Yep.
But you bring up a great point, though. Like, what work did our parents do,
Mm-hmm.
and did our grandparents do? Nobody ever questioned anything. Now we're at a point now where our world is questioning, because we have shit at our fingertips to where we can start looking at our own stuff,
Well,
our own information.
The smoking is a perfect example, right? Well, the commercial, my husband brings it up all the time. Doctors smoke Camels, right? That was a big commercial back in the day. Yeah. Apparently not any fucking more,
Right.
That's such a crazy parallel, right? You go from one insane extreme to like, no, we need to ban all cigarettes now. How did that happen? Where, doctors were lighting up on the operating table, and here it's like, nope, ban them all, get rid of them. Smoking's terrible. You're going to die.
Here, hold on. She's getting ready to spit a baby out. Hold on.
Wait. So it's like, where is the lie? And it honestly, and like you guys said before, that you're not big into conspiracy theories. I think most of us are not either. But with COVID, it made us, for instance, the medical community, I'm incredibly skeptical. Incredibly. I never was prior to COVID. And now I'm like, I don't know what the fuck to believe, truthfully.
I think our medical system, and I'm offending some people. I got some friends of mine, close friends of mine. Actually, one of them, I'm going to his retirement party Friday night. That is one of my closest friends. It's a doctor. Fuck doctors. Doctors. And I have some close friends of mine who are real fucking doctors and really care about people. But what I'm learning is most doctors they're caring about the money. They're not in the medical. And look, this is every business. So I'm not, when somebody asks you what business you're in, everybody's in the same business. We're in the money business.
Right.
And that's what we have to understand. But when you understand that and you accept that, then you start thinking for yourself. When, what my problem with doctors is we think they are like you said, Candace, we think they're the be all end all, and they're not. We have information at our fingertips. We need to do our own research.
Now
we need to take a lesson. Joe Rogan has a high school education. Joe Rogan is one of the absolute most intelligent men that I've ever met. And you know why he is? Because he educates. He doesn't just get up there and spout shit. He educates himself. He reads books. He's a well-versed, well-read man in many, many subjects. And that's I saw an interview with Dana White the other day, and he said, a couple of years ago I got COVID. I didn't call a doctor. I called Joe Rogan. And Joe Rogan had done so much research. He said, Joe told me do this, this, and this. He said, I did this, this, and this, and it fucking worked.
Rogan was really big in the ivermectin.
Yes.
Yep, I am too. And
which I get it. I'm going to throw one caveat into your statement. Just don't WebMD. Me being the paramedic, don't fucking WebMD. God damn it.
Anything.
No, you got to go deeper than that. You have to actually do research.
No, legit research.
Yeah, not you don't get the Reader's Digest version on WebMD. No, you got to do.
That's my PSA. That's all.
I agree. No, I absolutely agree with that. And I'll tell you,
these motherfuckers that call 911 at 3 a.m. and they're like, "Oh, I WebMD this." I'm like, "God damn you!"
So why I'm so passionate about what RFK is doing is about 3 years ago, I got into. If you've heard of Gary Brecka, I started studying Gary Brecka, who I learned from watching Dana White. He changed Dana White's life. He was a human biologist. He's not a medical doctor. And I started following his teachings. And at the time I was on thyroid medicine. Mm-hmm. I was on acid reflux medicine. I was on high blood pressure medicine. I was on 4 or 5. And that's normal. Like, well, you're 50 years old. No, you're not supposed to be on that. You know what I'm on now? None. I'm on what every old man is on. I'm on testosterone, like every other above 40-year-old man is supposed to be on now. Mm-hmm. But other than that, I'm on nothing. And it's because I'm now drinking hydrogen water. I'm now doing mineral salt. I now do sauna. I now do cold plunge. But RFK saying I do methylene blue. I do things that the people that are really doing the research, and I'm doing my own research, and it has totally changed my life. But it's the same stuff that RFK is doing that they're calling him a quack over because it's not the norm. Well, the norm is what got us here. Mm-hmm. So why are we criticizing? Like I said before, and I've said this a couple times tonight. Well, I want to change until there was change.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah.
Buddy of ours, Sam Captain, is in the chat. So want to say thanks for being here, Sam. He can't.
Thank you, Sam. Gary Brecka is. I'm gonna tell you, Gary Brecka, Sam has totally changed.
Can't tune in all the time, but when he does, it's always good.
That's awesome, man. Welcome, Sam. Glad to have you. And you're right, Gary Brecka is awesome. He has totally changed my life. So let's go to something else. Okay, so one of my favorite subjects in the world is who, Jason? My favorite female on earth is who?
Jasmine Crockett shit.
Jasmine Crockett shit. Let's talk about this. Yep. Good. Emma, tell you what, I say I hate her. I don't. I absolutely love her.
Oh no, I hate her.
Hear me out.
I love to hate her, but it gives
yeah, maybe that's
so
better.
She gives us so much, just so much information. She gives us so much content.
She does.
How can you hate her when she gives us her stupidity? Gives us so much fucking content.
It's almost not even fair, to be honest.
It's not. It's definitely not fair. It's fishing in a stock pond with this goofy bitch. All right, let's.
I love your southern accent when you say goofy bitch.
Right? It's got a nice to it.
I'm not just Candace. I'm not just southern. I'm Cajun. So that's even
Lord, yeah.
Fucking worse. All right, let's or Kunas. Papa's not supposed to say that, but I can say it. Kunas. Let's listen to this goofy bitch.
Oh, here we go.
Law enforcement isn't to prevent crime. Law enforcement solves crime. Okay, that is what they are supposed to do. They are supposed to solve crimes, not necessarily prevent them from happening per se.
She can't even spell per se, by the way.
How much does she get paid again?
Yeah. Way too much. Look.
Can I just start with the obvious, right? Like, if we need to break this down Webster wise, all right, law enforcement.
Yeah, I want to hear your take. I want to hear Jason's take. I have, obviously have a take being a career law enforcement guy.
Right.
He's inaccurate. But your take. Yeah.
Enforcement. Law enforcement, right? You're enforcing the law. What the fuck is she talking about? It's in the ma'am, the call is coming from inside the house. Like, the answer is in the question. You know what I mean? I don't get it. I don't get it. How? And again, who gives these people microphones? Who gives them microphones? Who gives them opportunity to speak? And then they're looking at her and they're going, yes, Jasmine, that's absolutely right. How is that correct in any stretch of the imagination?
It's the most looters. And that's probably Jason, this says a lot. It's probably the dumbest thing I've ever heard her say.
I mean, it's right up there.
What's your take, Jason?
Right there. But it's like, all right, so me being a firefighter, am I not supposed to do fire prevention?
Oh, Jason's supposed to go fight the fire.
To help people not start fires, right? Smoke detector installs and the smoke detector blitzes that we do. Like it happens all around the country. It's called prevention because we don't want the crimes to happen. Crime is going to happen. Fires are going to happen. But guess what? You try to do as much as you can to prevent them. And like Candace said, like they're just applauding. Like, I mean, they're not supposed to prevent it. They're just supposed to solve it. Well, here, I'll give you a real quick glimpse. It's most of the people that you fucking hang out with and know that are fucking causing the goddamn crime. Fucking idiot. Charlotte, North Carolina.
Oh, we got that on the.
We're gonna get there. Yeah, we're gonna get there.
That's on the books tonight. So let me give you my take. So I'll go back to something. So give y'all Candace and our listeners a little background on me. I don't talk about my background a lot, but I was a patrol commander at our sheriff's office here, which we have a large sheriff's office here for 20 years. And when I would get a new group of patrolmen, the first thing I would tell them. So this is how strong I feel about prevention. The first thing I would tell them is your number one job is crime prevention, crime deterrent. And I would tell them this, and it's not realistic, but it was about getting their mind where it's supposed to be as far as being a cop. I said, if you get dispatched to a crime that occurred, you have fucking failed. And I said it just like that every time, and their eyes would get real big. I said, now, is that realistic? No, it's not. Crime's going to happen. But your number one job, I don't care, because I'm a simple man. If you go to Alfred M. Barb High School in Lake Charles, Louisiana from 1985 to 1989, it's well documented. I'm not real bright. So I simplify things. So it was real simple. If a crime happens, you fucking failed. So for a moron, a fucking ass clown like Jasmine Crockett shit in 2025 to say that, it just shows why we are where we're at. We are electing the dumbest people on earth. And we could do a whole show of why we have dumb politicians. And
we should do an end of the year show of like the worst voted in senators and congressmen.
Oh, absolutely.
And just do an end of the year show.
Well, the top two is Tim Walz and Jasmine.
It would need to be like 5 hours long. I mean, I don't know if we have enough time.
I got plenty of vacation time.
We're gonna shit, it's already September, mid-September. It'll be the end of the year.
Start getting your list together, people.
Yeah. So
you're right, James. I mean, you're absolutely right. And throwing that out there, like, yeah, you're not going to prevent it, but as long as you can get there, but putting that out there in whatever show that was, and I played the same clip, and I can't remember what show it was, because
the two people listening to her were two obviously mamalukes. I mean, they were about the dumbest motherfuckers I had. I mean, you could just tell them they were just
all the time. All the time. I don't get it. Like
nobody ever questions them. Nobody gives them the hard because they're liberals. They just give them a pass. Nobody gives them, go on.
Well, and that's what they do. That's what they do. The liberals do it. They listen to each other and all day long.
I bet you won't go on.
Green dildos across the court all day long. When the fucking liberals are on liberal shit. Now you bring a liberal on to a conservative show, then all of a sudden that is an issue and you're an asshole.
Oh yeah, and then they leave, and then that's it.
Yeah, Megan would tear her. I bet she don't go on Megan's show.
Oh, fucking Megan Kelly, fucking.
Hey, side note, Jason, guess what? Now, Candace, it's well known on this show that my celebrity crush is Megan Kelly. Megan Kelly is going on tour starting in October. Guess where she's coming?
Where?
Oh.
Sugar Land, Texas, 2 hours from me. I'm buying my
There
tickets.
You go.
I'm buying my tickets tomorrow.
When is it?
October 23rd in Sugar Land, Texas.
No, I can't make that happen. I was going to say buy me a ticket, but I
Pat,
can't.
it's in Sugar Land, it's Houston. It's suburb.
I have some big things happening in my life that I probably can't make that happen.
Yeah, you can still be honeymoon.
The wife won't let him.
I've got vacation time already like scattered out after the honeymoon. I would love to fucking be there though.
But and I've heard
and it was awesome.
Megan will have anybody on her. She'll have anybody with status on her show, even if they're liberal. Now she's not gonna cut them any slack. And when she has her and Pete Hegseth are very close friends. And she had Pete when he was going through the nomination and he was catching all the hell. She had him on the show. She nailed him down. He did very well. And she did too. She didn't let him slide. She called him out on his deficiencies, and she didn't let him slide. But the liberals don't do that. The conservatives will call each other out.
Yeah, like you're wrong. No, you're wrong, and this is why. And this is why you're wrong.
Look at the Epstein.
Say, oh yeah, okay.
Look at Epstein. Look at what the conservatives. A lot of conservatives lost their fucking mind over Epstein, and loyal Trump loyalists.
Mm-hmm.
People like Marjorie Taylor Greene, people like Tucker really lost their mind on the Epstein stuff. Well, I think it's beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's beautiful that people who are loyalists and are still going to support Trump are not just going to be fucking jock riders. And liberals are nothing but a bunch of fucking jock riders for each other, but cheerleaders. That's all they are.
If you literally could put you're driving down the highway and you see a billboard of liberals. All you got to put is fucking Whoopi, Joy Behar, and then whatever other idiot they're going to put in there.
Rosie.
But so on our podcast, I've talked about it. I said, you know what? I said, I'm not even mad at Rosie O'Donnell. I'm not even mad at her anymore because she actually did what she said she was going to do.
Yeah, she got her ass out of here.
Yeah.
Bye, see ya.
You had some follow through with your fat ass.
Yep.
Awesome. Appreciate
Agreed.
that. Ellen DeGeneres, same thing.
Yep.
She fucking moved to the UK.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Got it. You said you were going to do it and you did it. You followed through. Is it the right decision for you? I don't know. I mean, that's your life to figure out and your life to live.
Yeah.
I love the world that we're living in right now. Mm-hmm. We're getting rid of fucking gangsters. We're getting rid of, all the illegals slowly but surely, but we're getting a fucking wall finished. It's getting painted black. That way people can't touch it because that shit's too fucking hot.
Well, now all these other countries are crying that they have too many illegals, and they're like, our countries are collapsing, and we're like, no shit, it's
so weird.
Yeah, you're kidding, right? Same thing. UK, they're dealing with a lot of illegal immigration. It's everywhere, and it's funny because these countries, right in the backstage of everything that was going on, they're like, oh, you guys are just really mean, and now it's starting to affect them. And so all of these, I don't even want to call them B-list celebrities, but whatever they are, they go to these different countries, and guess what? It's shithole. Sorry, America's the best country there is. That's just the way that it is. I don't make the fucking rules. That's what it is. So you can go to whatever country you want and they're going to have worse problems. You're just not going to know about it until you're there. Exactly. Yeah. And it's, until you have to deal with bullshit, you don't know what bullshit is. Right.
I always make the joke. So I grew up, I'm a suburban kid. Mm-hmm. I've grown up in suburbs and, my mom wasn't rich, it was a broken home, but I had a good stepdad for a while and whatever. But my mom worked her ass off. She did daycare out of her house from the time I was in kindergarten all the way till I was in high school. Ran a limousine company for like the first 3 years after her and my dad got divorced. So she would watch kids all day and then drive a limousine at night. Worked her ass off. I lived in a very, very nice area, and I always called it the Velvet Ghetto, just to make me sound cool. But I grew up in the Velvet Ghetto of Montgomery, Ohio. It's Like we live in Anderson Township now, which, you know, James, once he comes up,
Mhm.
I'm going to hopefully be able to give him a tour of the city and whatever, but it's great suburbia. But I've worked my ass off. I've been a fireman since I was 21 years old. I worked since I was 16. Like, I've worked my ass off to get to the point where I'm at. I don't feel bad when somebody says, well, it's not fair. Did you work? What'd you do? Are you, and then now with all the, you know, the illegal stuff, I don't care. Now I know a lot of people that are illegal, that are working their balls off, and how expensive it is to try to be legal. It's easier to skate the system, and I get that, and I'm not gonna fucking hate you, but it's the fucking criminals. It all needs to be, you know, in the same realm. But when you have, like, you know, that fucking the MS-13 guy,
Abrego Garcia.
Abrego Garcia.
You did a video on him recently, Candace.
You got pieces of shit like him, but then, you know, he puts a bad name on all the people that I know.
That's right.
They're waiting. They're like, fuck, ICE is coming. Homan's coming. Like, they literally say Homan's coming. I'm like, yeah. He is. He's fucking coming, bro. Like, I'm just letting you know. Like, I'm sorry. And it sucks, but it's just the way it has to be.
Well, and it's every day. Every day there's another story of another crime from an illegal alien. And we're not talking about just a one-off, like went into a convenience store and lifted a Twix bar. No, we're talking about somebody with criminal histories that were in front of multiple judges that then go on to murder our legal citizens. And it's like, what the fuck? Why? And then you have the dumbass Democrats going on their lawns and making up songs and signs. And it's like, what about, I mean, you have 3 people just this week that were killed by, you know, ridiculous crimes like that are stemming from illegal immigration. And it's, I don't understand why there is such a, we love criminals, they should stay here type of viewpoint.
Yeah, we're protecting.
Yeah.
And James, I don't mean to hijack.
No, I know. I'm. This is going great.
We're going off the rails, James. I feel like
off the rails. It should be the name of this fucking show. Is off the rails.
I love it.
That's what we do.
But Candace, I don't know. Obviously, I live in Cincinnati. I'm a suburb of Cincinnati, but I'm like literally 15 minutes from downtown. So the big Cincinnati brawl that happened.
Oh yeah, that was nice.
Literally was 15 minutes from where I live.
Yeah.
And, you know, there were Russian/Ukrainian people that were involved in that. So to bring in, I know you guys were going to talk about, I can't remember his name. I actually don't even want to say his name, but the next stabber, the cashless bonds.
Oh, yeah.
Our city, the city of Cincinnati. I live in Hamilton County. I don't vote in the city proper. So all it is right now is cashless bonds or low bonds.
Yeah.
And see where that got y'all. Same place it's getting everybody else.
Right. So this motherfucker, you know, 14 different times has had his picture taken and not in a good way. So we're dealing with the same shit. So, like, I was trying to segue it in, but it's funny. In Candace, Candace, I didn't know if you like realized like where, like, I'm so close to where that happened, and I know multiple officers that were there that day, and it was fucked up.
Yeah, that's what we see every day. And it's funny because we're almost to the point where we're desensitized. Anybody that saw the video of the Charlotte light rail, yeah, it was shocking. But at the end of the day, we're like, yeah, figures, right? I mean, it's not to the point of, oh, we can't expect this to happen. No, that's about right. That's about fucking right.
I'm gonna comment real quick on just real back to immigration real quick, and then we're gonna go.
Yeah,
absolutely go into what we're talking about now. My point on immigration, I consider myself a moderate. I really do. But if I have an extreme right-wing stance as immigration, I think that now there's a little bit of liberal. I have a little. The only liberal view I have of immigration is the system is broken, and I think that there needs to be a better pathway to legal. But that doesn't mean you could break the law. And I think that we got to get them all out and we have to start over. I think that there should be a better pathway. Absolutely should. But here's my main point. It's not like Trump kept it a secret of where he stood on immigration. He has been saying this, and I'll tell a quick story. So my daughter is 23 now. So when he was elected the first time, she was 14.
Damn, did you have her when you were 80?
But
right. You know, I have kids closer to Candace's age than she is to my age. So, and now you got to understand her. She is a different animal. She was born an adult. She doesn't have kids. She always had adult conversations, and she's an LSU grad, and she is a very successful political consultant. Republican political consultant. So she gets it. But when she was 14 years old, right after Trump wins, and we're driving through a neighborhood that by our house that's being built, and it was being built by predominantly Mexicans. She rolls down the window and yells, "Trump's coming." So it is well known where Donald Trump stood 10 years ago on immigration. So why in the fuck are we shocked about what he is doing?
But you know what? We're not. This is all smoke and mirrors, like it's been.
Yeah.
Like it's been. The people who voted for this, the 72 million, whatever, who voted for this isn't a surprise. It's just like all the polls when they say Gavin Newsom is going to take JD Vance by 8 points. Okay. I mean, I guess they took the poll in a mental institution because I don't see how that's even possible. But okay, guys, we'll run with that.
They're smoking the poll. There's no fucking
exactly. So I mean, it's the same shit.
And actually, JD Vance lives like literally 13 minutes from where I sit right now.
He would wipe the floor with Newsom, and we all know it, and we all see it. And so it's the same shit that people that are throwing a tantrum and making the posters and the songs and all the bullshit, they represent a very small amount of people. They're just very loud, and we're very used to that.
They're getting that's who the mainstream media is covering.
Exactly.
It's I mean, they showed how ineffective they are during this last. I mean, they tried to kill Trump twice. I mean, the media was a big part of that.
Don't hear anything about that.
No,
the trial's going on right now, or it's starting very soon of the guy in Florida.
Oh yeah, that one's actually just kind of bullshit. Like that's
representing himself. Yeah,
he didn't even really have a fucking chance. But I didn't mean to. Again, I did.
Well, I said this on our show.
Fired up about certain things.
Janice, I said this a couple weeks ago that I'm going to go ahead and change right now to Democrat, so I can vote for Jasmine Crockett during the primary.
You have to,
because I want to see her and JD Vance debate.
Oh, it would be the Christmas, Halloween, and my birthday, just all wrapped up into one. If you just had that.
That's what I need as a wedding present. Fuck.
Right? That's I think we all
intelligent men on earth against the biggest buffoon on earth.
It would be epic.
God.
It's not even fair. So let's move on to the just tragedy in Charlotte. It's just a total. Everything about this is just a total tragedy. The incident is a tragedy. The aftermath is to me as big of a tragedy. The way that it's being handled and being politicized on the left's end. You know, they actually had a GoFundMe set up for this fucking devil's defense. It's really just sickening. I'm not going to show a video that has I don't think it has the actual stabbing. I don't think it does, and if it does, we'll remove it. But I don't think it does.
None of them do. They just kind of skip past.
Yeah, I don't think it does. Let's
Zarutska's murder is out, and it should be national news, but it's not, and you know exactly why. CNN, nothing. New York Times, nothing. NBC, CBS, Mississippi NBC, not a single mention. Because if the roles were reversed, this country would be on fire right now. Irina was just 23. She escaped the war in Ukraine, came here thinking she'd be safe, and then got stabbed to death in cold blood on the Charlotte light rail, broad daylight. And the suspect, DeCarlos Brown Jr., a homeless repeat offender with 14 mugshots. He was locked up from 2014 to 2021, then arrested again in 2022 for domestic violence. 13 arrests ago, they should have done something. They didn't. And now an innocent woman is dead. And Charlotte's leadership is corrupt to the core. The video was from late August, but it only just came out because the mayor and DA tried to keep it buried. They lied, said there was no video, said it was just a mental health crisis, said we need more compassion. A woman was stabbed to death on public transit, and they talk like it's the flu. That's not compassion, that's negligence. People are angry, and should be. This wasn't just one tragedy, this was a system failing over and over. And the worst part, the media won't touch it, just silence. Condolences to Irina's family. She deserved.
So
that's
what
that's
shocked
strong
me?
Video.
What shocked me with that, and Dan and Pappas brought it to my attention, and shame on me for not like digging a little bit deeper, is the fact that it was as long as it was.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it hit mainstream media. That's where I fucking grabbed it, and then hey, we're going to talk about it on the podcast. I didn't deep dive further in, and I'm normally pretty good about doing that. So like I kind of kicked myself in the ass, but that, I mean, it's that Charlotte Mecklenburg area is so tainted with bullshit. Like I've known a couple sheriff's deputies that have gotten fucked up for doing dumb shit down there. Like it's just they hide all kinds of shit. And I'm pissed off at myself in the fact that I didn't realize that it was as long ago as it was. Because I felt like that was like a, late breaking type thing. Doesn't matter. That poor woman, like, holy crap. And she came as a refugee. Like she came and she did it the right way. She came into the States the right way and just working, trying to fucking go home.
Mm-hmm.
Like it breaks my heart.
Well, let me play before we go further. Let me play another video. This is from my celebrity crush, talking about the Charlotte mayor, and that will tell you. It will show exactly what the fuck the problem is.
Candace is sitting right there, James.
Oh, I'm ready. I'm ready.
All right, let's see. So
he said celebrity crush. I was like, Candace is sitting right there.
And very interestingly, this woman's name is. It's basically Vile. Her name is Vile. It's Vi Lyles. That's her name, Vi Lyles. So I'm just going to call her Vile because that's what she is based on this response she's given. She's a Democrat. She's been mayor since 2017. She last won re-election with 68% of the vote. And this is the statement she released right after the attack. She did not use the victim's name, even though it was out there. It wasn't like a matter of privacy. The parents knew. Everybody knew she'd been killed. It happened on August 22nd. First and foremost, my thoughts and prayers go out to the young woman's family and friends. While I do not know the specifics of the man's medical record, what I have come to understand is that he has long struggled with mental health and appears to have suffered a crisis. This was the unfortunate and tragic outcome. Tragic incidents like these should force us to look at what we are doing across our community to address root causes. She sounds like Joe Biden trying to solve, quote unquote, the immigration problem by addressing root causes, which is just a dodge for doing absolutely nothing at all. We will never arrest our way out. Issues such as homelessness and mental health. We will never arrest our way out of issues such as homelessness and mental health. I want to be clear that I'm not villainizing those who struggle with their mental health. What's the matter with this woman? Vile, that's not the issue. Or those who are unhoused. Mental health disease is just that, a disease like any other that needs to be treated with the same compassion, diligence, and commitment as cancer or heart disease. Our community must work to address the underlying issue of access to mental health care. The Charlotte mayor. And
she's definitely not wrong.
Nope. She's not wrong.
So can I be the asshole here for
Please.
a minute or two? Okay.
I've been an asshole for a while.
Oh, great. Okay, so this video or this woman was murdered August 22nd. I want to take everybody back to George Floyd because that's been shoved up our asses for however
Oh,
long.
God,
Okay.
you're gonna get me fired up now. You haven't heard my George Floyd shit. Go ahead.
I'm so pissed off about this, and I did do a video about this. So August 22nd, not one video, nothing has surfaced until almost 3 weeks later. George Floyd, okay, the incident happens, right? You have everybody and you watch the body cam, you watch there's multiple videos that people took, bystanders. You hear the bystanders yelling at the police, one of which is a white woman who says, check George's pulse, check his pulse. She didn't know his name.
How's that
Check
being
his pulse, screaming at the officers. You have multiple colors, backgrounds of people that are screaming at the officers that have taken multitude of different videos, okay? You have this woman who is murdered. There are 5 people that are sitting around her, 6 if you include the murderer. Okay. One of these things is not like the other, but we'll get there later. Not one of them get up, put a hand on her, stop her from bleeding. The one next to her just puts her backpack on and is like, I'm going to get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
Okay. So there's that. And then
Well-
there's not one video. Nobody took a video. Nobody, there's no bystander video other than the light rail video that's released and posted. You're telling me no bystander, nobody on this fucking train was like, let me take out my phone and take a video. Help me understand that.
So our buddy Eric Tansey, who was on our podcast earlier, we talked about this, briefly. He goes, what if he was paid to fucking do it? What if he was paid to do it and then just fucking does it? Complete conspiracy theory, but it's
goddamn, at this point, it's pretty legitimate. I mean, it's not out of the question to assume that when you look at the reaction, which was absolutely
everybody has these motherfuckers.
Well, wait a second. And also, too, my husband brought up a great point. We watched the video and he was like, I don't fucking understand this because as this guy is running through the subway, he's like, the blood is dripping like a fucking garden hose.
Yes.
So we're looking closer at the video and there's blood dripping everywhere. And then he takes his shirt off and it looks like he wraps his hand. It looks like he cut his hand.
Yeah.
So his hand was bleeding all throughout the subway. But no, there's no details. Nobody's giving us like blow by blow details. We have to kind of surmise it on our own and create these theories because it doesn't make sense.
It doesn't.
Yeah. No, it doesn't.
Why that girl? Why that woman?
In that way.
When she sits down and 4 minutes after she sits down, he comes up and comes around the edge and does that. Like it doesn't make sense. Like,
and you're right.
He is mentally ill. He's mentally ill, and that's fine. But that should have been handled 13 other times, right? But
well, you're real big on opening the insane asylums, Jason, and
make asylums great again. Yes.
Jason,
let's do it.
Jason and Pappas, y'all been
that's a retirement gig. I'll be the goddamn warden.
Yeah,
medication time.
So. I didn't want to show this video, but I watched one earlier. I think I sent it to you, Candace, because I thought about showing it and I just couldn't. And I'm a pretty calloused man at everything I've been through in 54 years. I've lived a great life, but at times a pretty rough life.
Mm-hmm.
I'm pretty calloused. That hurt watching this poor baby after she was stabbed and just looking like, please help, and nobody
did shit. But I also don't understand her reaction. I mean, again, I've never been stabbed before.
I do. It's the OODA loop. She's trying to figure out what the fuck did just happen. She couldn't even figure it. She didn't know what hit her.
Right.
I get that part. She was in shock. Jason, you speak on this. You absolutely are educated in that. What's your take on her reaction?
Oh yeah, I mean, I think it was definitely shock. Like, and I couldn't tell like whether it was slit or whether it was cut, like stabbed. But there was a lot of blood lost right there, and you see her like do that look, Like, what? Why'd you do that?
Mm-hmm.
But then all of a sudden, then you see her like,
yeah, and that's like
that your brain is losing blood because it's going not where it should go, and she literally like folds up like a fucking folding chair on the floor, like she just collapses. And that was a video that I had. I was gonna play it, and me, Pappas, and Carol were like, yeah, we're not gonna play that.
We're gonna skip
but
that.
Like,
yeah.
But literally, like, she folds up like a folding chair on the floor. He gets up, gets off, and but you could see all the blood dripping. And whether he accidentally cut himself, which I think he did, like to your point.
Yeah.
But why, like the whole purpose? Why her? Did she owe you money? No, you never even fucking knew her. So like, what are you doing?
You know what? I'm gonna be the one to say it because I can. It's because she was white. He said it. He said it.
Yeah.
When
I got that
white bitch or something like
white bitch or whatever it was. Yeah.
Yeah, and you know, and I'll comment on the.
Bring up Daniel Penny. Well, let's put Daniel Penny.
Yeah. The 100 and something articles that was written about him, and
where somebody that's all fucked up. Somebody's all fucked up, goes crazy. Somebody does the right thing and steps in, and then has to go on trial. So I think that's your answer: is nobody steps in because they're afraid to be in trouble.
And I don't. Well, yes, I get that part, but
I don't know how your instant reaction though, as a human being, is like to just. That's not my instant reaction.
I always make the joke, like, you know, my buddies, we hang out at the same bar, you know, it's like Cheers. Yeah. And there's somebody that falls down. There's, you know, older people there. And I'm like, dude, I'm drinking. I'm not working. I'm off. I'm off today. I'm off today. I'm off until Friday, whatever. And I always make the joke. I'm the first one to fucking get up.
Yeah.
And make sure that somebody's okay. Right.
Yeah.
And then there's times where I'm like, I'm probably too fucked up. I'm not going to do it. And they're like, dude, get up. I'm like, shut the fuck up. But I'm being funny about it. But it's instinct. And like I said, I've been a paramedic since I was, 23, 22 years old. It's my instinct to jump up and, all right, what do we need to do? All right, cool. Got it.
Not put your backpack on and be like, all right, I'm getting off the train now. This is my stop. Like, what? Hi. Hello. She's bleeding to death right next to you. It's not like you didn't see it.
Right.
So I used to teach active shooter.
Boys.
Yeah, I used to teach active shooter response for civilians. And the thing that we teach was the 3 Ds, which was denial, deliberation, and decision. I get, and look, that's a 5-second process. So the first second or two is you're in denial that is even going to happen. Most people are not like me. I get on a rail car like that, or I get anywhere first, I'm going in fucking emergency mode immediately. That's how my brain is programmed, and that's why I was in the right profession and I achieved some success there. I'm looking for the exits. I'm looking around. I'm making sure who's with me is taken care of and making sure everybody's positioned right. But most people aren't like that. So I get there. So first thing, they were in denial that this was happening. Did he really just stab this lady? So they're in denial. Then they're in deliberation of, hey, what do I do? Those 2 things are okay, except when they get to the 3rd D, decision. After they did the first 2, they had a decision to make. You know what they did? They decided to do fucking nothing. And that's not okay. Nope. I understand the Daniel Penny part, Jason, but why didn't they put a fucking cloth in her neck? They did nothing. They act like she didn't exist.
Right.
She died like a fucking animal. She died like they let her die like an animal. And I'm going to be the one to say this too. If it would have been 5 white people or 5 white people watching a young black lady die like an animal, those 5 would be in jail for something. They'd have made up. I don't even know if what they did was against the law in North Carolina. I don't think in Louisiana there's failure to give aid, but I think that's just in car wrecks. But
George Floyd is a perfect example. All of
George,
those
first off,
officers
Candace,
were arrested.
see, Candace, you keep igniting my anger when you talk about George Floyd, because George
It's the
Floyd
best example I got, James. I'm sorry.
he died of a
Oh,
fucking
you're
drug
talking
It
overdose.
checks the boxes. And trust
That's
me, I
right.
hate it just as much.
100%. Nope, I don't even have anything. I done drank everything. I'm finished.
I know. Look at us.
So
cheers.
that's the point here, and I'll go ahead and go into my close, and I'll let y'all close with whatever y'all want. Here's the problem, and this is my closing thoughts for tonight.
Mm-hmm.
And I did a video on this week, and I got some hate mail over it, which was fine with me. But the problem in our nation, and just like you did one too, Candace, talking about this one right here, where so much of white privilege.
Mm-hmm.
There wasn't much white privilege on that train.
Mm-hmm.
We don't have a white privilege problem. The privilege problem that we have is a criminal privilege. Mm-hmm. And it's because we have created a victim mindset. Mm-hmm. And I want every listener that hears this to understand, I don't care if you were black, white, gay, trans, grew up poor, didn't have a dad. The world does not give a fuck about that. The world doesn't give a fuck about you. It's up to you as a grown-ass fucking adult. It's hard, man. Life's fucking hard. But nobody gives a fuck. Quit being a victim. And the problem that what liberals are doing and what Democrats have done is create a victim mindset. Oh, poor baby. An excuse. And what good are they doing? What good are they doing? And this is especially to me, to young black men. They have created such a victim mindset with young black men. That's why they're resisting arrest and get shot. That's why the problems that most of the problems that they're facing is because the Democrats, who all they want to do is control their base, and the black voter is one of their biggest bases, is make them feel like victims. Like, hey, you need us to stay in office because we're going to take care of you, poor young black kid, because you can't make decisions for yourself, or you'll never amount to anything because you're a victim. No, you're not a fucking victim. I don't care what your past is. It is your responsibility to stand up, grab your fucking nuts, and make something out of your life. That's my closing thoughts.
I love it. Who's next?
You're up. You're up.
I'm up. All right. To piggyback off of that, I think a lot of what is going on is the loss of traditionalism. There was a reason why things were done a certain time ago and why they continued for so long. It was because it worked. And now we have gone from those traditional values and we have tried to modify it to be accepting of everybody. And that wasn't the case. And so when we're trying to do that, we're now glorifying all of these wide ranges of mental delusions because we need to be accepting and instead of being real. So we've lost traditionalism and we've lost the ability to identify real problems in a real way to where people can then either go get help or to where other people are saying, hey, this is not right over here. We've taken that away. And the more that we take those things away and we try to normalize everything, the more we have this problem that is festering. And it started with, very simple things back in the day. And look at where it's gotten us now. It's a loss of traditionalism and it is just glorifying extreme mental delusions and defect and normalizing them. And if we want to stop what's happening, we have to stop that.
That's a very good point.
Yeah, I think you absolutely killed it. And when you go with the first Trump, I'll call it regime because I like it. I like it being a regime. But then you get Biden that comes in and you see like that difference of, I'm looking at it just money wise. I saw what my fucking stocks did. While Trump was in, and then Biden gets in. Now they came back up and whatever, which they're always gonna balance out. But it was like just the stupid little things that I would sit there and look at. But then, obviously, Trump got fucked with COVID.
Mm-hmm.
And Biden was the savior, quote unquote, depending on who you talk to. And then all of a sudden, Trump gets back in, and all of a sudden, stock markets start doing this.
Mm-hmm.
He did everything that he said he was going to do while he was campaigning. And real quick, I know we're running late on time, but the fucking greatest thing ever, Jill and I were in Dominican Republic last year during a debate. And this is what I think is fucking great about our country is there were so many Americans down in DR, and the debate was going on. And I was like, hey, I'm going to see if I can reserve the cigar bar to watch it. See if they could pull it up. They could. I reserved it. Boom. We had probably anywhere from 15 to 20 like-minded individuals that were watching it.
In the Dominican.
In the Dominican Republic.
Yeah.
And then fucking 10 minutes left, 5 minutes left, whatever it was. Some lefties roll in, all hammered drunk, which they're on vacation. It's
Usual.
fine. And they're like, can we put the soccer game on? Now,
yourself, yeah.
And I'm literally live. I'm live streaming with Eric Tansey and Deadleg, doing like a live stream for the debate while I'm in the Dominican Republic. I'm just doing it off my phone, and I see Jill. And James, you haven't met Jill. You haven't met me in person yet.
Yeah,
you haven't met Jill in person. Jill stands about yay tall.
Yeah,
but she's a firecracker.
My wife same way. She says she's 5'2", but I think she's 4'11". But she acts
we
like
all are.
She carries herself like she's 6'4".
I'm literally live streaming on this podcast, and I was getting paid like to do, and this dumb bitch walks in and she was like, "Can we turn a soccer game on?" And Jill, I see Jill lose her fucking mind. When all of a sudden there's chatter, and I'm like, Eric, hold on, I gotta be back. I'll be back in a second. I was like, I think Jill's getting ready to get in a fight.
Yeah, Jill's going to Dominican jail.
And he goes, if you don't live stream this, you're fired. I'm pissed.
Oh yeah, you got to do that.
But
that's TV.
So go over. We end up having this fucking argument. It was like, dude, there's 10 minutes left. Like, it's fine. But but that ignorance of we're all watching the same shit. We were here. We're watching it, and you're American. Why would you not want to watch the end of this? This is the fucking debate, the debate of the century.
Well, their candidate was getting he was getting his TT spanked.
Oh, dude. But it was just so funny, like just to see like those little things. But I mean, to close it out, like I mean, I think where our country is heading, I think we're the leader that we have for the next 3 years, 2.5 years, wherever we're at, 3 years. He's doing everything that he said he was going to do. I am very optimistic.
He absolutely is doing exactly, and that's what they're pissed off about. He's doing everything. It's just like I said with immigration. It's not like he kept his. It's not like he ran on one thing and he's doing the opposite. He's doing exactly, motherfucker, what he said. He's doing what he said he was going to do.
And you know what I'm super excited about is the 4 years after that, because my neighbor, JD Vance.
Oh, I got to put this comment up, Jason. Hold on.
Oh, there you go. She's upstairs right now. She goes, I called that.
I absolutely love Jill. Jill, cannot wait to meet you in person, Jill. I absolutely adore you.
Oh yeah, Jill. Oh, she's awesome. She is fantastic. She keeps the ship right.
Yep.
We're rolling down the channel the way we should be.
Oh, if I didn't have my wife, the ship would have been on the bank a long time ago.
I actually fucked up a steak dinner tonight because our podcast went too long, and then I was coming on yours, and she was like, "Hey, we'll do steaks another night." I was like, "Fuck, I fucked it up.
She is good. I appreciate letting her letting you come out and play. Candace, please tell your husband we appreciate
Absolutely.
him sacrificing.
He's a good sport.
Letting you come on. This has been.
I want to meet your husband. I like you. I want to meet your husband.
We'd love to have him on.
He's the star of. He's the star. To give him all the credit. He's the one that has instilled kind of my ideology a little bit. He has opened my eyes to things, talked to me about certain things, made me read certain things, and again helped me get to a point of just better and more well-rounded knowledge that I never would have gotten if it wasn't for him, and if it wasn't for having the business that we have, just working with our clients in that capacity and seeing shit that goes on in the real world. It's eye-opening.
Yeah.
Well, you are welcome anytime. I hope you come on all the time, and your husband is welcome too. Love to hear his perspective. This has been one of the best shows that we've done, and I'm very excited to see how many views we get on it. So to end this,
stick around because
stick around till we go off air. But
okay,
I appreciate everybody joining us. We have some good. We had a lot of viewers tonight. It's really been great. Until next time, McGee, Kiefer, and Candace are